Hi, welcome to another edition of End Credits, where we review the movies that we've seen on United Home Cinema. And today we're going to be reviewing Superman 2. Now, before we begin the review, we're going to start with a few facts and figures. Now, the movie was released on the 4th of December 1980 with a budget of $54 million, which came into a nice gross worldwide of $108,185,706. So it is well seen that Superman still had his appeal. Now the review goes like this. I loved it. There was just something about the first movie that made you want more. And by God, did we get more. More and bigger. And we had a fantastic cast. Most of the cast returned for this one. We still had Christopher Reeve playing Superman. We had Margot Kidder as Lois Lane. We had Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor. And we also got, rather pitifully, Ned Beatty, who was in a criminally short time, who just seemed to be there just so that he could be written out, which is a shame. But then we got the terrible trio, the ones who would cause so much destruction. We had the beautiful Sarah Douglas as Ursa. We had Jack O'Halloran as Non. And we had the brilliant Terence Stamp as General Zod. And this trio caused so much trouble. And right from the bat, you knew they were just going to cause so much devastation. They murder a moon landing. They rip open a spacesuit, they kick somebody into space, and they crush another astronaut whilst he's in his craft. This is not three people you want to mess with. And the fight between Superman and these three, they went to town. And boy, did they go to town on it. They threw everything at it. We've also got the side story of Clark deciding he doesn't want to be Superman anymore. He just wants to be a normal human after Lois discovers his secret completely by accident. And then we had the beautiful scene where Clark's mother tries to say, Susanna York, tries to tell him that what you do, this is forever. There's no coming back. And seeing the Fortress of Solitude set blown up the way that it was, in a way, shocked me. This was a beautiful set, and it is literally getting seven bells blown out of it. And it was a fantastic fight scene when Clark and Superman finally meets up with Zod and co. But it wasn't just a wham bam. It's a very intelligent fight. They're thinking tactics. They're discussing, and they're realizing what Superman's weakness is, and it's the fact he cares about people. And it's a brilliant story. And the ending was absolutely fantastic. But it did leave me with a few problems with it. Again, we had the Lex Luthor suddenly coming up with a solution just like that. They point out Superman flies north every time. Well, there's a lot of north. Whereabouts does he go? They don't know. They know he goes north, but they just don't know where. They also fly to his Fortress of Solitude in a hot air balloon. How does a hot air balloon know how to get there? That I don't get. And there's another scene. It kind of bothered me after a while thinking about it. We see after Clark gets the living snot beaten out of him in a diner, and he realises he's got to go back and try and get his powers. He's walking back to the fortress, but he's wearing nothing more like a wind chaser, a light jacket. But he still makes it to the Fortress of Solitude. Now I admit I don't know much about the Superman lore. So I don't really know exactly where the fortress is meant to be located. Is it the North Pole or is it within the Arctic Circle? Either way, he got there with minimum effort. Which also comes to another thing. For something that's called the Fortress of Solitude, the keyword fortress, you would have thought he would have had something like, I don't know, a locked door to stop any old Tom, Dick and Harry from walking in. But that's exactly what Lex Luthor and Zod do. They just waltz right in. And then we have this brilliant fight with Zod and Superman in the fortress, where they're sort of psyching each other. They're zapping in and zapping out, so they're kind of almost teleporting and sending images of each other, which is great. This is fantastic. Kind of keeps you on your toes. But then Superman says a line, "I wasn't very good at this game at school." He wasn't at school. He was in a capsule going through space at that point, so he never really went to school. And when he did go to school, it would be an Earth school, so I don't think there'd be a lot of call for him to play that game. So that was just something that kind of cute line, but but for all the faults in the movie that I've highlighted, this still was a fantastic movie. If it didn't take you out of anything, you were engaged with it, and was actually a very intelligent movie. As I said, it wasn't just two baddies punching each other. They were thinking, they were planning, they were plotting, they were wondering what the next step was going to be. And that I enjoyed. And I think that's what made Zod a very intelligent villain. He wasn't just a moustache twirling villain that we've seen in so many. He actually sat there. He actually came and he looked, he surveyed all that he saw. And you saw him wondering, okay, how will I get what I need? What can I get? And how soon? That was my review of Superman 2. Join me again in the next edition of End Credits, and I'll see you then.